Hello and welcome. This is day 2 of the 5-day energetic detox. Over these 5 days, you're going to be accessing, releasing stale emotions, upsets, critical and judgmental thoughts. Wow. So let's just go ahead and start clearing some of that right here, right now. So, everything that's up in your world, all the emotions, all the emotional upset, all those self critical and judgmental thoughts. Wow. Do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all those to be removed from your reality now? And there's some resistance there. And we talked about a little bit about this about yesterday, about how many of those self-critical and judgmental thoughts, actually up to 95% of those are not even your thoughts. Whoa, yeah, I know. It feels kind of weird when we first start talking about this. But one of the ways that we can look at and see what are you actually your thoughts and what are not is what that thought is actually saying to you. Is the thought addressing you as you are this? You are not good enough. You make mistakes. Wow. Yeah. And one of the parts around that is if you were talking to yourself, would you say you are or would you say I am? Okay, so this is one of your big tricks, and it kind of like really points out which thoughts are not authentically yours. If the thought says you are, that's not actually your thought. It's a thought that somebody said to you years ago. Or one of the parts that's interesting is because you're so energetically aware, you can pick up on other people's thoughts that are, they don't even say it. Ugh, yikes. Yeah, and this is one of those weird things is because we haven't been taught that some of those thoughts in your head you might be picking up from other people. Wow. And one of the things that's also kind of interesting about when you pick up thoughts from other people is if you didn't actually create that thought, you can't actually change it. Ugh, yikes. I know it feels really weird, but don't worry. So while you can't change a thought that's not yours, you can kick it out. Ugh, yikes. So I know I'm going really fast here, but just stay with me. And so what's going on here is you've probably had a conversation with somebody that was really firmly entrenched in the opinion that they had. Ugh, yikes. Yeah, I know. And then even if you had all the logic behind it why you were right, you cannot convince them if they're firmly entrenched. And it's the same thing with those thoughts. And you've probably been trying to do this. So if there's a thought in there that you're not good enough or you're a bad person, wow. And it's common for all of us to have those. Um, if that thought is there, you can't change it. And you might know that, like a lot of super successful people, have a continuing thought in their head that they are not good enough. Ugh. And it doesn't make sense because if someone's super successful and has all these accomplishments, why would they still think that they're not good enough? Well, so everywhere that you've been thinking that you're not good enough, all those thoughts, all those critical judgments around that, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Ah, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Okay, and so back to the whole part about those those self-critical and judgmental thoughts that aren't even yours. So the part is if the thought starts with you are, you know it's not actually your thought. It's one that you picked up from years ago. Most of those really judgmental ones are ones that adults said to you when you were much younger. Ugh, yikes. Um, and then the other part is even if adult didn't say those critical things to you, many even contributive adults, instead of saying it, they might be thinking it because they just can't help it, and you energetically pick up what they were saying or thinking. Ugh, yikes. So all the unspoken things that were said that were about you or you thought that they were about you. Whoa. All of those do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all those to be removed from your reality now? Ah, yes, I choose that. Whoosh, out, 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 out. Wow. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Well, and today I just jumped right in. So I forgot to introduce myself to those of you who are new. I'm Max Riggs, Energetic Awareness Explorer, and your energetic guide. And one of my capacities is to create an energetic change space. And if you're just joining me live, watching the replay, or even reading the email that goes along with this series, you're actually accessing and participating in this energetic change field. Now, while you're here, you can release, let go of a lot of things that you've been wanting to release and let go. Woo. And we don't even have to access it specifically. So, like, while this particular episode is about removing those judgmental and critical thoughts, if you have other things that you want to release, emotional upsets or anything else, this space allows you to do that because while you're here in this energetic space promotes change, allows change, and basically kind of invites you to let go of anything that's not a contribution to you. Oh, yeah. Um, so there we go. And this is day 2. So if you haven't already watched day 1, there'll be a link up or below that you can access that. Because each of these days, we're going to be talking about something slightly different and getting to a deeper level. Whew, so you can release and clear out what's not a contribution to you. Okay, and so now back to those judgmental and critical thoughts that are not yours. So while we can do energetic release work and I can do the full energetic clearing, one of the parts that you want to look at is any of those thoughts that are not yours, you can't change them. And that's why those ones like, you're not good enough, you're not successful enough, whoa, or bad things always happen to you. Blah, right. That's why you can't change that. And I know many of us have tried. And if you've done like self affirmations, trying to repeat something opposite, you might be able to reduce the intensity of those critical thoughts, but you can actually change them. The trick is you can remove them. So that's the part. So all those thoughts you've been trying to change, you're trying to change a you thought and a critical thought about who you are. How everywhere you've been trying to change that instead of removing it. Whoa, and everything that brings up. Do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Ah, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Because back to the point I was trying to make earlier, is that if you're trying to change something that wasn't even your thought, you can't change it. Just like you can't change someone else's mind, you can't change those critical thoughts that are not your thoughts. But what you can do is kick them out. So, like I mentioned, is we can do the full energetic clearing if you're here with me. But if you're kind of just like going along your normal day and you have that critical thought, there's this really quick and easy way to remove it. And when you have that critical thought come up, all you need to do is say out, out, out. Wow. Yeah, just that. And if it's one of those that's a little bit harder to say, you can say, get out now, get out now, get out now. You must leave now. Whew, you must leave now. You must leave now. Wow. Do you feel how things got quieter? Yeah, because what we were doing is actually removing those thoughts, taking them down an intensity level. Now, if you just say it one time, does that remove it forever? I wish it did, but there are deeper layers to get at. But every time you say that, it makes a huge difference. And there's why we say it 3 times is there's something, one, there's a magic about saying something 3 times. And then also, it's just basically telling your subconscious and the universe that you really want it to change it. So, for example, when we say out the first time, your subconscious and the universe goes, oh, she might want this out. And if you say it a second time, out, your subconscious and the universe hears, oh, I think she probably really wants it out. And when you say the third time, out, your subconscious and the universe goes, oh, she really wants it out. Let's kick it out now. Whoa. Yeah. So everywhere when you were trying to change something and you just said it once and it wasn't enough, and you thought something must be wrong with you or you're not good enough, you're not doing it right. Wow. Do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Ah, yes, I choose that. Out, 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 out. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Wow. Okay. So now let's just go and just do some other energetic releases just to clear out as much else as we can. So what's everything that you wanted to change and release? Ugh, yikes. Wow. All of that we can change and release because we're in the space where change is promoted. change is encouraged, and change just happens to you and your body's authentic advantage. Oh, all of the things that would be a contribution to release, all the emotions, all the upsets, all those critical and judgmental thoughts. Ugh. Release, release, release. Let go, let go, let go. Dissipate, dissipate, dissipate. Drain and flush. Awesome. So I'm Max Riggs, Energetic Awareness Explorer, and your energetic guide. And if you have any questions about this video or about the 5-day energetic detox, leave them at comments below or send me an email. And if you haven't signed up for this challenge yet, I'll put a link below there too. So thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye for now.